when someone leaks something, it goes to TMZ. Like the regular person that channels with TMZ. When you see something come on and it comes on CNN, that's a little different. That could have came from the government themselves, like, you know, and then they benefited probably the most from those parties.
Fun. Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff. You do. But we've been known to party with you.
It just got crazy. After 50 Cent's bombshell announcement, the internet is in flames. Let's just say that things don't seem good for Kim Kardashian and Kanye West after he posted never-before-seen footage of them at one of Diddy's crazy parties. Reports claim that the film was not just any ordinary footage, but rather the identical one that the federal authorities purportedly discovered when they raided Diddy's residences. 50 Cent made sure that everyone saw it while the authorities remained silent. Kanye is also not exonerated. He tried to defend Diddy in court a few days ago while dressed entirely in white. What changed? And why is Kanye suddenly backing someone he once supported, since this is the same person who once labeled Diddy a snitch and said he was working with the federal government? Kim is purportedly in the center of things in the video, assisting Diddy in what seems to be some dubious activities. Should this prove to be accurate, Kim might find herself in a lot of trouble. According to 50 Cent, Kanye was right there with Kim, who was more involved in Diddy's bizarre world than anyone understood. According to the video, Kanye is kissing another man off to the side while Diddy is allegedly touching Kim in a restroom. Yes, it is what you read. This drama has gotten out of hand. Major media sites took notice of the footage when it initially came to light, but Kris Jenner continued with her normal activities until the subject gained widespread attention. Whether you like him or not, you have to acknowledge that 50 Cent has been warning people about that problem for years and has never been involved. Maybe now is the time to start. Even if the Kardashian PR magic has vanished from the news, 50 isn't letting it go. He's piecing everything together and making it public online. The consequences might be severe if what he's saying is accurate. We're discussing the possible demise of Diddy's empire and the Kardashian brand as a whole.
Right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually. But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day?
I'm just not with all that. All of the stuff that he's doing. I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
Since P has been involved in recent events, let me catch you up if you have been living under a rock. Kanye West, Diddy, and the Kardashians have been utterly insane. Rumors of what transpired at one of Diddy's infamous parties sent the internet into overdrive. This isn't just tabloid gossip, though. It includes startling witness accounts, smuggled video, and even possible links to criminal investigations. The rumored incident that has everyone talking is that Kim Kardashian was apparently drying off in one of Diddy's private restrooms during one of his wild parties. Yes, Diddy himself humped Kim against a wall while she was still with Kanye West. His wife was in the bathroom cuddling up to another man, not just any man, but the one who's currently dealing with some significant federal heat while Kanye was off doing his own thing. The situation was exacerbated by an old interview clip in which Wu-Tang Clan's Method Man described seeing Kanye at one of Diddy's parties appearing completely out of place. This wouldn't be so odd, but a few days ago, Kanye came up in full support at Diddy's federal court hearing. Diddy's kid even welcomed him, and he was dressed entirely in white. An AI-edited photo of 50 Cent in white was captioned, "We're wearing white for the freak-offs. Should have brought your little wife with that Grammy dress too, savage." Ridiculing Kanye's court clothing and Bianca, his current wife. Following Kanye's court appearance, 50 Cent also dropped another barb, stating that this is the reason he is acting in this way. The fact that Christian Combs appears to be an esteemed visitor begs the question of why Kanye is now endorsing someone he previously said was involved with the federal government. There's something even stranger about supporting Diddy while he was out in Vegas with that little dirtbag, lol. A lady named Jane Doe testified during Diddy's legal proceedings that she and Diddy were joined at a strip club by a well-known rapper and his girlfriend. The rapper, who was not named in court, allegedly made a move on her after she came out. He's Diddy's close friend and a huge idol, according to Jane Doe. Guess which rapper is being implied to be a rat by 50 Cent? Kanye, yes. The Kardashians, particularly Kim Kris, is not just stating this for clout. He is also claiming to have the receipts, which suggests that they helped Diddy recruit victims. They weren't just partygoers. He's also working on a new documentary, which he says will break records when it's released, and promises to explain everything. Kris Jenner is also being included in the dispute by 50. She established a California community church in 2009, and he's disparaging it. Because thus churches are exempt from paying taxes, there have long been accusations that this church may be more focused on tax evasion than gospel distribution, are exempt from disclosing their financial data to the public. It's the perfect cover to hide millions of dollars. Even though Kim has said in interviews that she gives the church 10% of her yearly salary, if she makes around $80 million, that means $8 million is going into this small, dubious-looking structure. It makes sense that $50 million would be going to a church that resembles a dentist's office when you include the gifts from her sister. You see, despite their love of flaunting their religious beliefs on social media, the Kardashians have never been seen physically attending this church. Instead, they regularly travel to Hillsong or used to appear at Why Don't They Worship at their own church instead of Kanye's service on Sunday. More people are starting to think that it could not even be a legitimate church, according to a piece published in The Guardian. Doesn't it seem legal? In 2009, Kris Jenner took over the Life Change Community Church and renamed it the California Community Church. Additionally, she registered it as a nonprofit organization. Because it is a recognized charity, dishonest members are reportedly compelled to pay a $1,000 monthly charge in addition to donating 10% of their income. The Kardashians and Kris acquire tax write-offs, which entitles them to a straight return of the donated funds. To show how sincere this is, the Kardashians just donate to their mother's church whenever they need a tax benefit, and presto, the money stays in the family. Tax records from the Papal Charitable Giving Fund show that Kim once officially identified Kris's church as the recipient of her eBay auction profits. The church made about $20,000 in 2012 alone and more than $45,000 in 2013. Hold on. There's more. All of this already feels a little suspect. Those that worked closely with 50 Cent claim that if this is true, then Kris and Kim weren't merely trying to avoid paying taxes. They were actively helping to conceal illegal activity that would put the Kardashian family in the center of the same legal dispute that is already bringing Diddy under scrutiny. Rumor has it, too, that Kim secretly served as Diddy's madam for years, supposedly assisting in the recruitment of women for his perverse enterprise. Even more disturbing facts were exposed by his team's Diddy documentary. These contributions to Kris's church were not just utilized for tax advantages but also to hush and compensate Diddy's victims. The parties could be explained by the fact that Kim unfollowed Diddy on Instagram less than 24 hours before Homeland Security searched his residences in March 2024. Who could have told the Kardashians about Corey Gamble, do you know? During one of his well-known outbursts, Kanye claimed that Diddy, Kris's longtime partner and close friend, was actually CIA. It's a weird coincidence that the Kardashians abruptly ended their friendship with Diddy right before the federal agents arrived, and Corey was alleged to have warned them 50 times. In fact, he openly declared, Corey is CIA, the Kardashians, Diddy? Scent is forming all these connections all of a sudden. Because of the Kardashians' close association with Diddy, Kanye, Corey, and even Justin Bieber, speaking of Bieber, have been accused of introducing a young Bieber into Diddy's world. As if that weren't enough, a humiliating old video of Kim with 16-year-old Justin Bieber has been uncovered. There is also a strange, unnerving video of Diddy pressuring Justin on the phone saying, "Why aren't you answering me? I did things for you." Kim and Bieber took part in a Bahamas photo shoot for Elle magazine back in 2010. In the lingerie, Kim was jokingly lounging with a teenage Bieber, who looked even younger than 16 at the time. She even told reporters that she would date him if he was 18 and joked that he had a thing for her. Imagine the outcry if a 29-year-old male flirted with a 16-year-old girl on a beach. Oddly, the media praised the flirty beach photo shoot as innocent and sweet. Kim even talked about the Lopez shoot. I'm laughing at Bieber calling her his tonight girlfriend online, and she appeared on a later episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where Kim admitted to Kris and Kendall that she had a crush on Justin when he was 18. This is quite unnerving, but here's the darker alternative. People close to 50 Cent claim that Kim wasn't trying to flirt with Bieber. Rather, Diddy sent her to diffuse tensions after Justin apparently lost his cool during his infamous 48-hour hangout with Diddy in 2009. According to insiders, Justin was so troubled by what he witnessed that weekend that he wanted to quit the business altogether. Let's go back in time and examine the Kardashians' background if you're still perplexed as to why they would go this far for Diddy. The Kardashians worked hard behind the scenes and didn't always obey the rules before reality. TV turned them into a billion-dollar brand. Particularly Kim Kardashian has a track record of going to any lengths to make money, including breaking the law. It means interacting with some questionable people in the financial industry. Kim's employment as singer Brandy's closet organizer was one of the first scandals linked to her. It can appear harmless, but it's not. After being given access to her credit card information for a single approved purchase, Kim allegedly kept it after splitting from her brother Rob and sister Khloe. Subsequently, they accrued $120,000 in unapproved charges, and they weren't negligent either. They utilized the pilfered money to finance Dash, their own clothes store, and Smooch figured that since Brandy was already notorious for her lavish spending, the theft would be hidden beneath a genuine company expense and go unreported. They failed to account for Sonia Norwood, Bry's mother, who noticed the dubious transactions and discovered that those expenses had never been authorized. Due in large part to their family's relationship with Ray J and Brandy, Sonia initially attempted to handle the situation discreetly, allowing Kim to repay the money. Sonia allegedly thought enough was enough and filed a lawsuit after Kim allegedly refused to return the money for over a year. The famous adult tape, as most people think, was not the event that really ended Ray J's relationship with Kim, but it didn't end there before it became well known. The harm was already done when Ray J convinced their mother to drop the lawsuit and reach an amicable settlement. Kim was often seen traveling with Joe Low, a Malaysian businessman at the center of a massive global money laundering scheme at that time. After allegedly taking $4.5 billion from Malaysia's 1MDB fund, Low is currently on the run. While in Vegas and attending high-end parties, she even boasted about flying back to Los Angeles with a garbage bag full of $250,000 in cash that Low had won at a casino. Many of Low's well-known pals have come under intense examination, and experts believe that the money wasn't just wins but may have been used in Low's illegal activities. Kim was able to escape official charges. The Kardashians have a history of dishonesty of this kind. For example, Kylie was ejected after Forbes exposed that she had falsified the numbers for her cosmetics company to make it appear as though she was a billionaire. The billionaire list extremely quickly, and many people are starting to question if Kim actually lives like a billionaire, even though she is still officially one, at least on paper. She faced criticism from the SEC in 2022 for using Instagram to promote Ethereum Max, a questionable cryptocurrency, without disclosing to her fans that it was a sponsored ad. When that minor error sparked a pump and dump plan that left fans penniless, it became a huge scandal. For her role in the catastrophe, Kim was fined a whopping $1.26 million. Yet for someone who describes themselves as a billionaire position, you'd think she'd be more careful, wouldn't she? And that's only the beginning, since she still accepts Instagram ads as if she were just another influencer trying to get business relationships. Fans are making fun of her entire billionaire character. Honestly, how many billionaires do you see snagging posts for beauty partnerships and protein shakes? It conveys the idea that Kim and the Kardashians aren't as rich as they would like us to think, and this is where things get even more interesting. According to sources, they never pooled their money, not even during their most passionate moments. People magazine claims that Kanye maintained a lockdown on his bank account, claiming that Kim's money was hers and his was his. To be honest, he probably made the right decision because, following the divorce, there were rumors that Kim owed $48 million after taking out a mortgage on her $70 million home. And no, she was unable to ask her well-known family for help because they were also struggling financially. According to reports, the dynasty's manager, Kris Jenner, removed all those expensive vehicles, private planes, and fancy bags don't pay for themselves, yet the Kardashian-Jenners are reportedly in debt to the tune of $132 million. And just when you thought Kim's life couldn't get any messier, it does, because she and Diddy might be dealing with legal troubles at the moment. When BB the songwriter, a TikTok member, shared a multi-loan total of $7.25 million, $40 million, and an extra $5 million for good measure, things became stranger. Viral in-depth investigation connecting Diddy and Kim to the Britney Spears conservatorship plot. Diddy and his then manager, Lou Taylor, are accused of aiding Britney's conservatorship. Some people believe Diddy may have given Britney drinks laced with unidentified chemicals, and there are even allegations that she was partying with him just before her notorious 2007 VMA breakdown. Even worse, there are accusations that Kim attempted the same prank on Kanye. If you don't believe it's possible, think again. That his remarks are striking a little differently in the context of all that is happening at the moment. Just take a look at the past if you're wondering why Kim would be so devoted to Diddy or why she's so involved in all of this craziness. From questionable financial transactions to power battles and questionable relationships, this rabbit hole is far deeper than most people understand. He believed Kim tried to put him under conservatorship, similar to Britney's experience. People are conscious of
They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music.
How could anyone not be concerned with Kanye West's abrupt endorsement of Diddy? Let's face it, this is the same Kanye, after all, who was out there not long ago accusing Diddy and the entire Hollywood elite of being involved in a corrupt system and even being connected to the government in secret. Why, therefore, the change? Why is Kanye, who is known for going against the grain, now showing up in court dressed entirely in white, as if he were going to a Sunday church to support Diddy? Fans are beginning to question it because it simply doesn't add up. Kanye's role in all of this isn't as innocent as it first appears. In fact, the network of relationships between Diddy, the Kardashians, and now Kanye is more complex and sinister than we initially thought, according to what 50 Cent is implying in his new documentary. What's the true thing then? Is Kanye more deeply connected than we initially believed? Is there pressure on him? Or worse, did he play the game all the time? Regardless of the facts, 50 Cent says he will tell everything in his next documentary, and even half of what he says is true.